goes.
Hey guys. Why was saying at the same time?
Hey guys, Jules and Heen here.
Hey.
Hey guys, Jules and Heen here.
Hey.
Now we get a lot of questions directed at us on our YouTube channel, which we really appreciate. And one in particular that we wanted to cover in today's video is about powering microphones.
Most microphones need power in order to work, and there's a bunch of different ways that this power can be supplied. So today we're going to be clearing up any confusion, and we'll show you what you need to know. Okay, so what are the different types of power?
Yep, so you got plug-in power, you got battery power, and you've also got phantom power.
So microphones like the VideoMic and the VideoMic Go use plug-in power, which is super convenient because you can just plug it in and you're good to go.
So plug-in power is actually 3 to 5 volts of electricity supplied via the mic external input on your camera. So all you have to do is plug your microphone into your input on the camera, and it looks kind of like this. But there are a few cameras out there that don't provide plug-in power.
That's right, so mics like the VideoMic and the VideoMic Go will not be compatible with these cameras.
Yep, so if you're still unsure, we've got a link in the description below, and that has a list of different cameras and their powering options available.
So if your camera is one of those without plug-in power, you'll have to find your power from somewhere else.
Yep, and that brings us to our next power source.
Battery-powered microphones are powered by batteries.
Yeah, so like AA's, AAA's, 9-volt batteries, or even the LB1 battery that commonly comes in the VMP Plus.
So usually devices that use battery power have enough capacity to provide additional features.
So that's where you see mics like the VideoMic and the VideoMic Pro and the VideoMic Pro Plus as well. And they'll have features like pads and filters and gain control and LEDs and all sorts of things.
Bonus tip. So if you hate buying batteries only to throw them out, what you can do is with your VideoMic Pro Plus, use the LB1 rechargeable battery.
This little guy's perfect, it's rechargeable as Heen said. You can even recharge it while it's inside the VMP Plus by using the included micro USB cable to connect it to something like an external power bank, and that will just keep your VideoMic Pro Plus topped up for those long shoots where you can't button off.
Bonus tip. So even though the VMP Plus doesn't use plug-in power, it can automatically turn on and off with your camera.
Yeah, which is a really helpful feature. If you're on a busy film set, you don't have to worry about turning your mic on and off.
Phantom power is generally used in more professional microphones like the NTG shotgun range and condenser mics.
This is usually provided from the connected device via an XLR cable, but these XLR inputs are usually only found on higher end video cameras and external recording devices.
So if you're wanting to elevate the sound in your films, what you could use is the NTG 4 Plus.
Yeah, so in terms of power, this is actually a hybrid. So it will work with phantom power, but you also have the option of using the inbuilt rechargeable battery instead.
So with all of that in mind, it's always good to consider the limitations of your gear before choosing your microphone.
So if you're using a camera that does provide plug-in power, you can use pretty much anything in the VideoMic range, including the VideoMic Go and the VideoMicro.
But if your camera doesn't output plug-in power, then you'd be better off going with a battery-powered microphone like the VideoMic Pro Plus.
So a lot of the camera manufacturers are not very good at showing information on the specs of their cameras, especially when it comes to audio and plug-in power. So if you're still unsure, check out the link in the description for a list of different cameras and their compatibility. If you guys have any other suggestions for future content, leave it in the comment section below. But until then, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.